Hello, Prescott Valley. Welcome to Council Chat. My name is Brenda Dickinson, and I am one of your town councilwomen. Today, we have a very special guest. Her name is Deborah Thingston. She is the outreach coordinator for the Prescott Valley Library. So we'll get right to it and find out a little bit about her and what's going on today and in the future with Prescott Valley Library. Hi, Deborah.
Hi, how are you? Thank you for letting me come.
Oh, we're so excited to have you here. We know you have an awful lot going on.
We had to eliminate stuff.
Yes.
We have so much going on, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, as far as what we're going to talk about today, but we have some main events coming up. And before we get to that, though, let's talk a little bit about you. How did you end up in Prescott Valley? Or have you lived here your whole life?
Actually, I've lived here for going on 34 years. Goodness gracious, 34 years in the area. I just live right over what used to be called Baldy. Now it's called Glassford. Everybody knows it as Glassford, so I live right over in that way. And my children went to school here. I worked in the schools. I'm a retired teacher. I worked at Yavapai College, Embry-Riddle. So I'm pretty familiar with the whole education in the area. And when I chose to leave education, a friend of mine, a neighbor, Michelle Yorting, is the adult librarian at the library. And she said, hey, would you like to teach some classes for the library? And I said, sure, why not? It's an age group I hadn't worked with yet. And so started designing and teaching classes for the library. And then they had a job opening and they said, how would you be interested? And I said, sure, why not? So went back into full-time work with the library and I'm enjoying myself there.
Well, I know that we're benefiting from your
skills
skills and education. And tell us a little bit about your, I know you're involved with your son.
Yes, a lot of people know, some people don't, but my oldest son is in the military and he's stationed in Germany, but I lost my youngest son, Andrew, as part of Granite Mountain Interagency Hotshot crew that was lost. We just acknowledged the 10-year anniversary of their death, and my grandson, who I am super proud of, Andrew's oldest son, Ryder, was the keynote speaker at the downtown celebration, and he rocked it. And
he absolutely did. I was there.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm super proud. He brings tears to my eyes, that little boy. Well, not little, he's 6'2".
I was going to say.
He's not little. All of them, all of Andrew and Julianne's children are priceless. I have 8 grandchildren. I love them to pieces. They're all super good to me. From my 21-year-old Nevaeh, who lives in Prescott currently, to my little itty bitty 5-year-old Blue Jay Grace. So I love all of them to pieces, and they're wonderful. So I have pretty deep bonds here in this area. I can't imagine ever leaving. So I love this area.
And share Andrew's full name. I mean, we've said his first name, but
Andrew Sterling Ashcraft.
Ashcraft.
Yes.
And he was one of the 19 hotshots.
Yes.
And
he was one of the lead sawyers. He was a chainsaw. So the 19 guys were all amazing, wonderful. Andrew was with the crew for several years. Was Rookie of the Year his first year. He was an amazing young man. And strong, godly guy, and I'm thankful to know that because I know that someday I will see him in heaven. He will probably tease me that he got there first, and then I'll have some questions for God. That's for sure. But yeah, I miss him every moment.
Yeah, it's very difficult when a child goes before a parent, and
it leaves a hole.
Yeah, and even for the rest of the family, for siblings as well. So, but we're so grateful that you've gotten very active. You were very active with raising funds for different organizations.
Yes, we started an organization for a little while, the Wildland Firefighters Guardian Institute. And then we felt that a couple other very powerful organizations were thankfully out there for the wildland community. Prior to losing the crew, the wildland community was not super well known. And so we truly support the National Fallen Firefighters, which is a wonderful group, and they deal with structure and wildland. They have a beautiful camp every summer for children that have lost a parent. And then the Grassroots Wildland Foundation, which works with litigation and health insurance and mental health care and equipment and pay. They are moving mountains in DC. So we, through our support with them, and I'm very proud to acknowledge those two groups for the wildland community.
Well, they were blessed to have Andrew, and
Yes.
they're now blessed to have you involved in their support as well.
Thank
So
you.
yeah.
Thank you.
So let's talk a little bit about what programs are coming up here, especially Fandomania.
Oh, yes, yes. Fandomania is two departments. It's Prescott Valley Public Community Services. And under the community services is the public library and also Parks and Rec. And so Park and Rec and the public library, Prescott Valley Public Library, have come together, and it has made Fandomania larger. It used to be a little small half-a-day program at the library, and it just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And then we moved over to the event center. We needed bigger space. And so we're over Saturday, August 12th, from 9 to 5. We will be at the event center, Finley Event Center. And there are going to be this is a family-friendly event, 100% free. The town made sure that they wanted that. It was important that they were providing this free event for the community. Most Fandomanias and events like this cost quite a bit for families to go to. The entry fees are pretty high to walk in, and this is 100% free. And so when you walk up that day, you will see the Comic Cars. There'll be over 30 Comic Cars there. The Arizona Gaming Truck, which they're going to send their large gaming truck where you can go into the truck and play games. We are also going to be using the Children's Theater right next door. We are going to have two authors. We're going to have Gail Carson Levine and Amy Lukovics over there doing their author talks. And then they will be in the event center signing books. And they are two wonderful writers. Then as you go in,
When you talk about them authors and writers, what exactly is it that they write about?
Gail Carson Levine is the author of the Ella Enchanted series.
Okay.
And Amy is author of Ravenous. So it's more horror, more of the scary end. So, and they have several books underneath. And if you go to the web page, you will see a lot of their work.
Okay.
So once you enter into the event center itself, we have vendors that will circle the whole event center. We have tons of vendors and wonderful vendors, great, and most are local. We have comic artists, we have other authors, we have vendors of items, prints, ears, keychains, you name it. It's just gonna be amazing out there. We will have Arizona Ghostbusters, zombies. This is the first year. We're so excited. We're going to have Arizona TARDIS, and they are bringing a surprise, and we don't know what the surprise is, so we're pretty excited. So a Doctor Who, if people don't know what TARDIS is.
Are we still talking about vendors?
Well, that's their special guest, but they will also have a table.
Okay.
Game On. We'll have the whole second floor. They will be doing game boards. They will be doing painting of characters. They are going to also be having some workshops, but Game On is going to be there.
So when you say the second floor of the event center?
Of the event center,
So
yes.
they have to take the elevator to
They
get
will
up
have
to
to
the
take
second
it.
floor?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we're talking about what, 20, 30 vendors or?
Oh my gosh, I think we are close to 41 vendors. There will be 62 tables. Some vendors have one.
Okay.
Some vendors have up to 3.
Oh,
There will be a photo booth. We will also have EMTs walking around if needed, and Prescott Valley Prescott Valley Police Department, which I'm very proud of, will be there also, representing the police department, which is awesome. Peregrine Bookstore will be there with comic book sales and also book sales for our authors. And so the vendors are pretty amazing. We will also have workshops. Sean Sutter, who's a cartoonist. We will have Flat Mountain, which is a publisher, doing a workshop on publishing. And then we're going to have foam sculpting, a workshop on foam sculpting. I honestly don't fully know, but when I said that, a lot of cosplay people went, whoa! So that's pretty exciting.
Can you describe what cosplay is actually?
Yes, all type of Fandomania or Comic-Con events. We are not a Comic-Con. That's a copyright situation. They always end with a cosplay, and that is costuming. It is a costume contest, but of characters from the Fando world. So it can go from Lord of the Rings to DC to Marvel to steampunk, just all over the place. And people design their costumes. And I will tell you, I was so super thrilled. To apply to be in cosplay, the applications are up already on the webpage. You will also be able to apply for cosplay from 10 to noon on August 12th in the event center, but that closes at noon. They always end with cosplay. That's kind of the grand thing, the grand event of these type of events. And we have we have 5 categories. We have younglings, which is ages 0 through 6, and that's kind of a Star Wars-y thing. We have novice, which is ages 7 through 13, adults 14 and up. Then we have the best in closet. Now, for the best in closet, that means your costume has to be over 75% handmade. And then we have the group events. So we've got all of those. And I will suggest, please, make sure that you look on our website for our cosplay costume policies and requirements. And we also have weapons policies that we have to follow. So they're kind of long, so I don't want to try and use our time up to cover those. But please, we want you to dress. Anybody can dress up, and most people do to come to Fandomania. So please make sure you look at the costume policies and the costume rules and the weapons policies and rules.
And would you emphasize the website address?
Yes, if you go to the library address, pvlib.net, Fandomania page will pop up and you can hit it right there. Okay. So go to the library website and you can go straight to Fandomania.
So how do they judge these costumes?
Well, they will look, and I think you printed something up too. Our 3 judges are amazing. They're going to be April Hepperly, who, by the way, is Wonder Woman.
She's also our town councilwoman.
And yes, councilwoman. We have Ash Gore, who will be several characters. She is several characters, and she's our tween librarian at Prescott Valley Public Library. And then we have Steve Adame, who will be in full costume, and he's our volunteer coordinator for the town. So and they know cosplay. And so they're going to be looking for some truly specific characters. They're going to be looking at quality of costuming. They're going to be looking at your presentation. So if you wanted to talk for a few minutes, I know that you have it right in front, some of the things they're going to be specifically looking for.
They're also going to judge on accuracy, from what I understand. Yes. And I'm not too sure what types of costuming there will be, but for those who participate, they surely will know.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if you come in as Yoda, you better have green ears, right?
So we only have a few seconds left, and it went by fast. We weren't able to cover any of the other things, but you can find all of these activities again online.
Yes,
at the website that you mentioned.
Yes.
And you can also call and talk to. And
also like us on Facebook. We share so much on Facebook. So please like Prescott Valley Public Library on Facebook, and go to our webpage, pvlib.net.
Well, this went fast. I knew it would. And we so appreciate you being with us today,
Thank you so
Deborah.
much.
And thank you, Prescott Valley, for tuning in today and giving us some of your time. And until next time, have a great day.